Just getting to the studio here. How are you doing on this fine Sunday morning? I'm feeling kind of tired, to be honest. Don't mind my Swiffer sweeper duster. Yeah, we're in the studio nice and early though. Just stepped outside for some fresh air. Today's just gonna be the usual. Sunday, taking a look at what our classes are for the week. Probably gonna work on some music. And my top priority, getting the end of last week's vlog posted. Definitely gonna need another coffee today. I don't know, you know? I'm feeling a bit sluggish, but we always get the work done. I don't know. All right, bye. Welcome back to another episode of Sunday Fun Day. Around here, we get our week started. On Sunday, we want to prepare for the week, make sure that we get everything we need done. This is Unit 5 of Level 4. Let's get into it. Unit 5, setting up your business, mixing bass, extended progressions. Starting off with music business, setting up your business and your taxes. In this lesson, we'll look at how to get your business started and officially registered with the government so you can handle all of your taxes and write-offs properly when money starts coming in. We'll cover these points: what type of business you're going to start, how to officially start and register your business with the government, basic tax concepts and how write-offs work, W-9 and 1099 forms. Now, obviously, I live in Canada, so there's different procedures for this, but I think the gist of the information and what to look for and write-offs and stuff like that will be immensely helpful. I will definitely be registering my own business in Canada, and I'll keep you updated on how that process unfolds. Moving along, studio techniques, mixing bass. In this lesson, you will learn how to determine if your bass, key, and tone are appropriate for your genre, understand frequencies that help us hear bass more clearly, determine the mono crossover point for your low end, know how to blend your kick and bass, use sidechaining techniques properly when applicable. Up next, keyboard techniques class. Extended progressions. In this lesson, we'll explore these topics: the concept of extended progressions, extending through repetition, extending through variation, substituting chords, avoiding repeat chord placement. And as per usual, we end the unit with a keys playing assignment. The thought of registering myself as a business for my music career is really exciting. Like, I feel like that makes it real, you know? And then studio techniques, mixing bass, the ever challenging kick and bass relationship. Icon loves to break things down from the ground up, and the way that they do it is super easy to comprehend. They really are demystifying the production process. As usual, learning more music theory, practicing my keyboard skills. I've already noticed how helpful the theory has been for my music. All the keyboard techniques, the music theory, the playing assignments, I absolutely love that stuff. So we're 1 month in to level 4. We're a third of the way done. The stuff that we've been learning is what I've struggled with for years. So it's just amazing that exactly what they're teaching is exactly what I need to know. Like, it's so cool. That is it for Sunday Fun Day today. Good morning to you all. It is Monday, August 2nd. We're in the studio. We're getting a head start on these classes before our mentor session at 11. Starting off with business classes, actually learning about taxes, pretty important information that for whatever reason high school doesn't teach us. And also learning how to set up your business. But yeah, registering myself as a business is something I know I'm gonna need to do. Super exciting stuff. This is just really great information so far. Pretty well most of the day, we're gonna do our classes. Gonna try to finish things up nice and early again because, yeah, I want to get back to those remixes I've been working on. We've kind of, we hit a bit of a lull there, felt a bit of a burnout, and we're slowly kind of getting back to things. But, it's what we needed to do, so it's all good. We just get back to it as soon as we can. No need to drag this out. Let's start the week off strong and do some classes. Welcome back to another episode of Mental Health Monday. And this Mental Health Monday, we're talking all about motivation, inspiration, and aspiration. The first thing I want to talk about is believing in yourself. I just see so many amazing people selling themselves short. It breaks my heart. People give up on themselves so easily. I've been there. It is a horrible place mentally to be, and the paradox of breaking out of that is next to impossible to achieve. But I do strongly believe that most of that thinking, most of those thoughts has been implanted there by other insecure people who didn't think they could achieve their dreams. The belief systems we have about ourselves are picked up and learned based on the people around us from childhood up and the experiences that we have in life. We are the only ones who have the power to change those belief systems if they're not serving us. It's extremely hard because that could mean you lose the current people you have in your life. So it's not about whether you care about them, it's about whether they are the best thing for you or not. There's a quote that goes around that says something like, you are the sum of the closest 5 people to you. You've probably heard fake it till you make it. And I think that has a place. But really, these deep-seated insecurities, probably stemming from some kind of trauma, really needs to get worked on. I think if everyone in the world, for whatever reason, woke up tomorrow and decided that they were going to take responsibility for the way that they are living their life, and that they were going to do something about it by seeking out a professional to help them navigate their feelings and their fears and their shame and their insecurities, the world would be a much happier, healthier place. This might sound a bit wacky, but the way that I go about believing in myself for what I want to accomplish in the music industry is with a childlike faith that I cannot fail. That there is nothing that stands in my way. And when I start getting down on myself, and when I'm just feeling like I'm not progressing, I go through this whole thing, but it always comes back to that core value that no. I'm not going to listen to these self-doubt thoughts. I'm not going to listen to the stuff in my head. I'm going to choose not to identify with these thoughts because I know that's not me. I am who I am behind that negative thinking. I am the person who does believe he can achieve what he wants to achieve. And so my mantra with that is always to go back to that childlike state of belief that I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. To me, there's always a balance, You choose one thing, there's always going to be the other side of it. There's always going to be difficulties, different kinds of problems for different kinds of endeavors. But I think that if your motive is right and you're making the best next right decision you can for you, then you cannot fail. You cannot go wrong. Whatever it is, you can do it. Don't let the thoughts inside your head stop you. They're only thoughts. You do not have to listen to them. Do what you want to do in spite of what you've always been told or the thoughts inside your head. All right, that is it for Mental Health Monday today. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, August 3rd. I'm in the studio super early. It's about 8:20, and we just dropped our car off at the detailers. I don't know. COVID, I think I did one big road trip 2 summers ago, and honestly, my car is a mess. So we decided, let's treat ourselves. We paid off the car, let's get it detailed, let's get it feeling brand new again, and I'm super, super, super pumped to check it out when it's done. But today is going to be all about classwork. We've got some amazing classes coming up, talking about mixing bass lines, talking about chord progressions, just amazing, very core, very essential music production topics. One thing that's sticking out for me more recently is essentially cleaning up all of your sounds. Like, I've definitely heard before, oh, everything needs to fit in its respective frequency spectrum. But like, it seems self-explanatory, but for whatever reason, breaking it down into the micro, I mean, yeah, I would cut stuff here and there, but never fully intentionally keeping the bigger picture in mind. You know, so they're going over each thing individually. You know, we've done percussion, we've done leads, we've done vocals, now we're moving into bass. And so it's taking all these tiny little details and these tools that they're teaching us and then applying it to each section and then putting the whole picture together. Whereas I guess in a way it's quite overwhelming to kind of have the full picture or have an idea and then go and do it to everything at once. So it's just this breaking down of things into its simplest form and understanding how to mix things, how to treat things as you go. It's a good morning so far. Let's get to work. Now that was a very successful Tuesday. We finished all the classes and we just have our assignments now. One thing I'm working on is legitimately setting up my music business. Now, we started that last week, and this week I think we're doing an entire business plan. I reached out to a friend of mine who's an accountant. Icon actually suggested that we reach out to a CPA, and she's going to be certified in the fall, I believe. So crazy enough, like, talk about building your team, talk about actually bringing people on that vibe with you and that kind of like understand your vision. I think that's so cool. It's like the team is starting to build from the ground up. And I think it's cool to be able to support a friend in their career as well. But yeah, so Tuesdays I've been giving a little update on my mentor sessions, which are Mondays at 11. But as you know, we already got a ton going on Mondays. So here goes. We had a pretty good session. I was basically kind of going over this new remix that I'm working on, and then we kind of started getting into, well, we were talking about some other stuff like NFTs, and I won't get into that, but talking about sound design and some of my sound design goals. One of the things we kind of put a pin in for the upcoming weeks is that I would like to release my own sample pack by the end of this year. We're also talking about some mixing in this remix that I'm working on. I mean, I'm sure I'll show you the remix soon. Just got to work on it a little bit more. And so we were just going over how to make things gel together. And part of that was, I guess I had detuned one of my synths a little too much. It was almost heading into like the next note category. And at first I didn't really understand what he was talking about. And then we threw a tuner on there, and sure enough, yeah, it was pushing almost to the next note. Crazy enough, as soon as he pointed that out and then we fixed it, and then I listened back, I could hear the improvement. And then when I went back and listened again to how it was before, then I could hear the difference. So it's kind of crazy how the brain perceives things, and then once you bring that into your awareness, well, now you can't unhear that. This week, it's already shaping up to be pretty freaking awesome. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, August 4th. We're in the studio. We got Ableton open. We are working on assignments, projects all day today. Of course, we got our big Wednesday vlog segment coming up where I'll go heavy into detail about exactly what we're learning this week. I love that vlog segment. Welcome back to another episode of the Wednesday midweek check-in. This week, you know what? I'm actually feeling pretty refreshed, recharged. I actually took a break from therapy this week, and that's actually kind of been nice. There's a lot going on with school, a lot going on with the tracks I'm doing outside of school, and yeah, feeling immensely grateful for my car situation. So that's how I'm feeling. Let's talk about Unit 5 of Level 4. Let's start off with the music business stuff. So what they have us putting together is an entire business package. Everything that we've already gone over this quarter, plus coming up with the name of our actual business that we want to register, as well as doing an invoice template for when we get hired for work. This has got me somewhat scared, to be honest, and absolutely hyped. They literally called it. They said, this is the beginnings of taking what you're doing seriously. It just makes it real. Part of the homework is to reach out to a CPA, a certified public accountant, and talk with them about what it takes to start a business. I imagine probably within the next month or two, I'll have my business registered and set up. Okay, studio techniques classes. We're talking about mixing bass this time. Probably one of the biggest challenges for a producer is mixing that lower sub bass with your kick. Icon breaks it down in a way that's just super easy to follow and super easy to understand. And so, for this, it's all about what frequencies is your sub laying at? What relationship does it have with the kick? Where do the frequencies lay? And how can you kind of navigate where you're going to put the sub in relationship to everything? And so, yeah, they made us do a sub mixing exercise. And honestly, it was pretty straightforward for what the class was. Depending on the style of music, you mix your sub with the kick. That's probably the most important relationship to start. You got to make sure that the volumes are good. Sometimes even rolling off like 30 hertz and below for sub and or kick can actually make it punchier. The human ear can't even hear frequencies down there anyways. A lot of those lower frequencies is about how you feel it in your chest versus what you can audibly hear. Next up, keyboard techniques, working on some music theory, extended progressions. This is all about making your chords more interesting and not just copying and pasting as you go. I don't know about you, but I've had the same 4 chords playing every time they play throughout my entire track, copied and pasted on my piano, copied and pasted on my pads. And sure, the track can sound good, but if all your parts are moving and all your chords are doing something slightly different, so it doesn't feel like it repeats, it more feels like it just flows. That just makes for a track that's going to capture your audience's attention for longer. I love the theory stuff at Icon for the simple reason that it's specifically geared towards what we're learning in music production. I mean, it's easy to go and buy a book on theory, but you're just going to be learning basic music theory pretty well as it pertains to, playing in an orchestra or something like that. Icon Collective's music theory is based on music production. So it kind of hits on a whole other level for learning exactly what you need to do to make your music more interesting. In the next couple weeks or so, I'll definitely do another update on how I've improved on the keyboard since the last time. All right, classes going super well this week. That is it for the Wednesday midweek check-in.